Hello and welcome to the Chronic Productions Evaluation Question 7, comparing our big and our small. Arthur Dixon Bell is on camera and the voice, e.g. me, is Jack Cochran. First of all, what we're going to do is we're going to watch the small and the big just without any voiceover or additions by us, and then afterwards, after you've had your own ideas about it, I'll play them through again, only this time I'll sort of pause it in the middle when I highlight things that we've changed and learnt along the way while we were being taught. So without further ado, here is our small Macho Campo.
Yes, I did, but I don't get it. All I took was a Kit Kat Chunky.
You're going away for a long time, Dusty. Prison boy's gonna love a pretty boy like you. Just don't drop the soap. All the clubs are being closed down.
Right, well, first of all, hope you enjoyed both of them, and now I'll just take you through the small again, pause it when anything comes up that I feel I need to explain, or, anything like that. So, here we go. Right, first of all, obviously the titles on this, I'll just rewind back to them now. Obviously the titles aren't, they're just completely static on the screen, you know, it was all done very quickly. The font's quite nice, but that was just one of the first options we chose. We probably could have got better otherwise. I think we used the black and white in our real one as well, because we liked the idea of keeping it simple, so there's not really any problems with that. And obviously the choice of music maybe doesn't quite go with the whole, definitely the music could be synced to the video better with the small that we did, so yeah, I'll just play it on now. Obviously, like there was at the start there, but right after the titles there's little camera shakes when shots start and things like that, because, you know, it was one of our first times really properly using all the equipment, and we were still getting to grips with everything. Coming up now is one of our main hates, myself and Arthur, with this piece is, you know, it's not really a technical thing we did wrong, but obviously if you were watching it, it would be something that you'd notice immediately. It would, when the actor gets pushed against the table, he makes the table move and then laughs at himself, which we weren't really happy with, but we didn't have much time, so we couldn't go back and film everything again. That's another thing that was, well, another thing that made a lot of difference when we filmed The Wrong Side, was that if we did something wrong, we could go back and just do it again.
Yes, I did, but I don't get it. All I took was a Kit Kat Chunky.
You're going away for a long time, Dusty. Prison boy's gonna love a pretty boy like you. Just don't drop the soap. All the clubs are being closed down.
We feel that well, the editing of the shots, like sort of the match on action that we did and things like that, were well done, even in the small, because me and Arthur weren't too bad at that. We didn't really have to improve on that too much for filming the big. We didn't have to do too much work on it, because that was one of our favourite things about this, that when we did it, was that the editing we thought was pretty sound. So yeah. And obviously the little story at the end there where the two bouncers turn out to have really camp voices might not be understandable to everyone, but again seemed funny at the time when we thought of it, and you know, everyone in the class understood it because we'd explained it. But you know, going back on that, we might not have used, well, we didn't use anything like that when we were filming The Wrong Side, because maybe it wouldn't have been understood by the audience as well as we'd originally hoped. But yeah, and then the end titles here, again, we're not too bothered by the fact that it's only myself and Arthur's names, and again the fact that it's black and white was done on purpose. Maybe an element of laziness, but we probably would have chosen to have done it like this anyway, because it keeps things simple and effective as well, because there's no point in overdoing things. Something too colourful wouldn't really have made sense in the context of the story. But anyway, moving on to The Wrong Side, if I can get to it. Okay. Obviously, going back to or even the title you can see on the screen there, but also the start one. It's really a lot more, still not movie quality obviously, but it's a lot more professional looking than the one in Macho Campo. So, you know, to learn how to use live type and things like that, which really helped, instead of having to do it all on Final Cut, where we edit which is just where we edit the clips. It really made it look a lot more professional. Again, having the titles over the top of the video this time was something that was quite beneficial, made it look a lot better. Really happy with being able to find actors that suited the characters we wanted as well for this, you know, which obviously we didn't have time to do with Macho Campo, but that wasn't something that we were ever planning to do anyway, because we couldn't. But the song that we used as well, which was gotten off SoundCloud, was really exactly what we were looking for, quite tension building, and it was really good that we were able to find something that was exactly what we wanted without having to deal with any copyright issues or having to make our own version. Would have made things a lot more difficult. As you can see, all the shots here are really smoothly edited. We got all the lighting perfect, found a really good setting that we were able to, you know, just pick anywhere around this area that we wanted to use that looked perfect for what we wanted, really. You know, the two actors were dressed completely appropriately. It was fine. It was exactly what we were looking for. We put costume ideas up on the blog previously to filming, and it was just well, except for the brands of the clothing, it was exactly what we wanted. Really, what we were looking for. It was really good. All came together very well. And as you can hopefully hear, sound editing was something that we didn't look at all when we filmed Macho Campo or edited it, but really was a big part of this, with the song having to make it long enough but edit it so it sounded like, well, so it wasn't clearly just repeated and had to start again. It was quite difficult. And also making sure that you knew the characters are walking up to the house by putting the radio sounds in there and making them louder and quieter for when they get closer and further away from the house was something that we really felt quite proud of after we'd finished it, and was really good. really, titles look a lot more professional there. Again, with the help of LiveType, was really good in making it as professional looking as it could with the time we had, and obviously still being amateur filmmakers, which really helpful. And also something that was quite evident in the first one, don't know if you noticed, but if you go back and see, I'm sure you'll notice that when they go into the room and talk to the police investigator, then there is loads of coats and bags on the tables at the back. You know, lots of, well, I'm not sure if you can call it that because it was very rushed and we didn't really have much time to do it, but lots of continuity errors could be called. But yeah, that's really the only things that we changed from making our first piece to second, with the full edit there that you just saw. So thank you very much for listening, and that is the video over. Thank you to Arthur Dixon Bell for the beautiful camera work.